Well, now I want to talk about distance, speed, and time. And I want you to focus on this triangle. We call it DST triangle. And it's a very, very important triangle because it will help you to memorize or to easily remember the relationship between distance, speed, and time. Okay? From the DTS triangle, you can realize that D is at the top while S and T are at the lower side of D. So what does that mean? You realize that S and T are at the same level, so you multiply them. But D is above S and D is above T. So for example, if you want to calculate the speed, like here, the speed, you divide D with T. So speed is distance divided by time taken. All right? If you want to find the time T, it is distance divided by speed. If you want to find distance, you simply multiply S and T. So that is what we call the DST triangle. Okay? So if you can memorize it, then you are good to go. If you can memorize it, then you can extract this relationship from it, and you can be able to solve mathematical questions that involve distance, speed, and time. Now we are going to move into example 1 and see how we can apply this relationship of DST triangle into calculating real-life mathematical questions. Example 1. A motorcycle travels at a speed of 200 kilometers an hour for 3 hours. How far does it travel? How far? How far here implies distance. Okay? So how do we calculate distance? Distance is equivalent to speed times time. From DTS triangle, if you want to calculate the distance, it is speed times time. And that is what we are doing here. Distance is equivalent to speed times time, whereby speed is 200 kilometers per hour times time, which is 3 hours. So the total distance covered is going to be 600 kilometers. So that is the answer. All right. Example 2. A train travels 200 kilometers in 4 hours. Right? How fast does it travel? How fast? This implies speed. And from DST triangle, if you want to calculate speed, it is always D which is above T. So speed is equivalent to distance divided by time. Alright? And here, the distance, a train travels 2,000 kilometers. So it is 2,000 kilometers. You divide by time in hours, which is 4. And then you get the speed to be 500 kilometers an hour, which means in 1 hour it covers a total distance of 500 kilometers. All right, so that is how you calculate that. And then the third example is a motorist moves 100 meters and at a speed of 10 meters per second. This one is distance and this is speed. So how long did it take to cover the distance? So how long? This one is time. Time is equivalent from the DST triangle. If you want to calculate time, it is always the distance over speed. So you come here and you say time is equals to distance over speed. And what is the distance? The distance is 100 meters. 100 meters you divide by the speed, which is 10 meters per second. And therefore, it is going to be 10 seconds. So it took 10 seconds for a tortoise to move from to cover a distance of 100 meters when it is going at a speed of 10 meters per second. All right. So once you know the relationship between distance, speed, and time, then you don't have a problem. All right. The fourth question is, a snake can attack you in 0.2 seconds. If you are 3 meters away, how fast is that? So this is very simple, because a snake can attack you in 0.2 seconds. That is time. If you are 3 meters away, that is distance. How fast? That is speed they are looking for. So speed is equivalent to distance over time. Because if you look at the DST triangle, speed, if you're looking for speed, it is distance over time. So we come back here and then we substitute. Distance is 3 meters and time is 0.2. So what is the speed? It is going to be 15 meters per second. Okay, so that is the answer. And then the last question is, the distance from the Earth to the Moon is 384,000 kilometers. So that is the distance. A rocket travels at constant speed of 7 kilometers an hour in a direct path. How long would the journey take? That is time. And time is distance divided by speed, which is going to be 38,4,000. You divide by 7 kilometers per second, and then you get your time in seconds. 38,384. I'm looking for my calculator and I cannot find it. So it is going to be 384,000 divided by 7, which is going to be 54 857.14 seconds. Okay, so you can change this in hours, you can change it the way you want. There is nothing wrong with it at all. So generally that is how you have to know the relationship between distance, speed, and time. And you have to always know that the DST triangle, the D is on top, S and T are at the same level. So if you want to find the distance, you multiply S and T. If you want to find the speed, you divide T and D and T. If you want to find time, you divide the distance and speed. That is the relationship, and that is how speed, distance, and time are related. Thank you.